friends, hope you are doing wonderfully. Hope you are having fun making music. In today's video, I am so excited to walk you through how I mixed some Feldt vocal cover titled Better by Jessica Awesome. This cover was made for Hype competition and Jessica won the first place. And I'm going to be walking you through how I mix all the vocals. And if you're new to this channel, I want to encourage you to please thumb up for me for YouTube algorithm, and please don't forget to drop your comment and share this video, subscribe and click on all notification button so you'll be aware whenever I upload new videos. Now I'm gonna show you the plugin lineup. The first thing that I use is RX10, the mouth click, to repair the vocals, to clean up all the. So take a look at this, on the 651 clicks that has been repaired on the vocal, so you won't hear much of the mouth noise on that. So the next thing that I use is Channel 2, which is Cakewalk stock plugin that I use to create a subtle ambience for the vocal, to create a balance, not just being in mono or in center alone, but to have a bit of wideness on the vocal. So the main contents which I'm getting to here is the VX64 vocal strip. This is a channel strip that I use every time. So what I'm doing here is that on the EQ part, I'm boosting up to 2K, about 9 dB on the high frequency, and I'm also attenuating around 1K, about minus 3 point something dB on the mid frequency. So on this vocal mix, there's a lot of compression and saturation going on from one to another. So let me just quickly tell you. And from that part, then I go to compound on the vocal strip, and is the compounder stroke compressor, which is trying to create energy to make the sound more rigid and more focused. I'm using about minus 12 dB on the threshold. The ratio is about 4:0 because a very fast attack here. And look at the threshold of the compounder. And here is the SR, which I use to clean the harshness from the high frequency on 3K. I use the sync delay yet because the tempo is still close to what is sounding like, what is playing. And so this is 0.8 and 9% of delay. Listen to the vocal alone, with and without the vocal strip.
Hey, hey, I know your heart's feeling heavier than most. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like a train no matter where you go.
For you to listen to this one very well, let me bypass the plugin that I use so that you can hear the workflow of this VX64 vocal strip. So I'm turning off that one now, so you listen to the vocal strip once again.
Hey, hey, I know your heart's feeling heavier than most. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like a train no matter where you go. You know who you are, come out from the dark. It's only
Listen to the saturation on it. I'm gonna play it again and turn off and turn on the saturation button so that I can hear the difference and see what it's doing for me in the vocal.
hey, hey, I know your heart's feeling heavier than most. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like a train no matter where you go. You know who you are, come out from the dark. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like a train no matter where you go. You know who you are, come out from the dark.
You can hear the drive date as much as over 70% of the saturation that I put into that. You could hear the kind of fuzzy character on the vocal there, which is adding more character to the vocal due to the nature of this one. And the saturation is playing a lot of role on this vocal mix, and also repairing the harshness on the high frequency to sound more warm, because it's a kind of emotional song which I love that state. And you also listen to the delay on that. Then the next plugin which I'm going to be showing you is a Linde 69 channel strip. So I have a choice of plugins here. So listen to that without and with.
Hey, hey, I know your heart's feeling heavier than most. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like it's raining no matter where you go.
You can hear the differences. So what I did here is I only boost 100 hertz about 1 dB to add more to the low end. And look at the compression. The input and the output is in default setting. The only thing that I adjusted is the ratio is 5:1 and is the very fast attack which I use, and the threshold is -8 dB to have more compression on that. I have a choice for this mix. I was really looking for something that will add more body and with a high end that will add more character and saturation, the warm character for the vocal that I'm working on. Now the next line of the plugin is Cakewalk PC76, which is the compressor that I use. Then after that is Reverb 2, which is the reverb, and these are the stock plugins in Cakewalk. So, but I just use that one to do a subtle compression on that. You really hear or see the difference, but the character. And after that one, then I go to the reverb. In a nutshell, what I'm doing here is that I also boost 10 dB on the high frequency because I already use saturation on the output of the previous VX64 vocal strip that I used to EQ initially. A lot of saturation on that, so which is making it to sound a bit warm and sound more vintage. So I'm compensating back for that one here, and with that what I use at the same time, I'm also attenuating 1K about -3.6 dB at the same time again, and I'm also boosting high frequency about 10 dB from 5K upward. And at the same time, if you look at the compound, the compressor part of it, so let's take a look at that. See the difference and look at the two. So here are the two VX64 vocal strip, and take a look at the difference among two of them. Now, after all this processing, I'm still using the quad equalizer, which is also the Cakewalk Sonar stock plugin. So take a look at what I do here. Let me open that one frequency. I'm attenuating about -2.2 dB on the 200 hertz, and then I'm rolling off the low frequency up to 100 hertz to clean up the lows on that part. This is what the EQ is doing. Overall of this one, I'm still using tube to add more character and energy onto the vocal. It's not just about EQ, it's not just about compression, but it's about the character and the dynamic control. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna play the song, so you listen to the tube while it's bypassed and while it's active, so you hear the difference that it's making.
It's like a train, no matter where you go. You know who you are, come out from the dark. It's only timing and time can go away. Oh, beside and you never numb the pain, cause only crying.
So basically what it's doing for me is adding more to the energy, more character, more smoothness on the vocal, and there's a kind of tone shape on the vocal. So this is the contribution of the tube on this vocal mix. So what I'm going to be doing now before I say bye for now is I'm going to play it again while bypassing all the plugins. Then you listen to without and with the plugins, so you can understand the whole bunch of the plugin lineup, what it's doing. So let's listen to that now.
Hey, hey, I know your heart's feeling heavier than most. It's hard to talk when you can't pick up the phone. Feels like it's raining no matter where you go.
This is all about some Feldt vocal cover by Jessica. I'll drop the link below if you're interested in listening to the whole song performed by Jessica. This is where I'm going to be stopping for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next time. Bye.